I mean, if he's offline, that's not going to help me pinging, but. Anyone get anything cool this level up?
Yeah, something that could be pretty cool.
Jesus. Oh, have you seen that thing? Wait, I'll link it to you. Where is it?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's so good. I don't know where Dabo Spiny is. Oh, I love that meme. Should we maybe start without Dabo until he gets here? Okay. Oh yeah, we could do more Stardew tomorrow. Multiplayer is indeed fun. Jesus Christ, Rob.
I have the best memes. So are we going to start without Dabo, or?
Yeah, I think it's been 15 minutes, so we should probably start without him and then see when he comes in. The start of the session is just basically going to be taking off where we left off, with what people wanted to do then anyway.
My plan was to kill the fortress, so I'm not sure if Dabo will want to miss this.
Okay, so do people remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a basic summary is the pads.
Yes, the pads. You literally just got done killing the murderer, the moiderer, who was going around killing orcs. And half orcs. Same difference though. So yeah, you literally just finished killing him. What do people want to do?
He's gonna check his body, see what stuff is there.
Looking over his body, he does have some very simple leather armor, and he seems to have this skull, which he sort of seemed to hold up to possess the orcs to fight for him. Now that he's dead, the possession definitely seems to have worn off, and the two orcs that were picking up broken bottles and knives are looking around very confused as to what just happened.
Investigate on the skull thing.
Just give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Yeah, just reroll. Yeah,
it's worse anyway.
You have no idea. Okay, if you want to also make an Arcana check, Malreinn. Eileen is just going to skip off for now, and Faendal too. Well, Faendal never even came here, so... Okay, you just want to take it. You can add...
Markus has it. Nope, Markus has it. Don't do that.
Jaina is actually going to be looking over at the group of you, like, sort of losing the cups, like, hey, I think I should take that. If we need to do an internal investigation into exactly what was going on, so please don't take anything from his body. If you're looking for a reward, you can talk to the Lord about that. Yes, I imagine so. If it was powerful, if it was capable of possession. Give me a persuasion check. With all due respect, I'm sure you're very good with magical artifacts, but I think we should let our court wizard look into it first. Yes, we'll make sure it stays out of the wrong hands. But you have done Altvaga service. If you want a reward, I would suggest talking to the Lord about it. And she sort of goes in with another guard and starts pulling away the body nearby to some sort of guard building, which was recently set on fire.
So I should remove the skull charm that I added to my inventory?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the team's mascot, jeez.
But yeah,
it's
currently pretty late. It was pretty late, yeah, because you were staking out, so it's about probably 1 a.m. right now. Jaina sort of has already started leaving with the body. She definitely seems a bit busy, and it's very late at night.
So this Aisha person is really wounded, right?
Yeah, she's pretty badly wounded. She's like the innkeeper who's like just about to go to bed, basically.
How wounded are we talking?
She'll live, but she is definitely like very scratched up. You think she'd be fine if she just had a few days of rest? She definitely seems quite shaken.
Markus is gonna rest anyway, so I'm just gonna like use a shit ton of 15 lay on hand points on her. If it caps out before that, then less than that.
I think 14 is exactly the amount you can use on her.
Okay, so I have 1 lay on hand point left because
Suddenly, a dragon attacks.
no, we're probably gonna go to sleep.
But yeah, if you guys want to go to sleep, she'll give you a room for the night for free as a thank you. Well, they've already dragged off the corpse. If you want to go follow them to look over the corpse, you can. Okay, yeah, you follow them out, and Jaina seems to have just put the body in a cell for now, seeing it's probably the best place for it while everyone's still asleep. She looks very tired at you, and she's like, if you want to have a quick look over it, be my guest, but yeah, and she still just lets you into the cell with the body. What are you looking for anything in particular? Jesus Christ, Rob.
Okay.
Okay, so just give me an investigation check. The body doesn't really seem to have anything shiny or valuable on it. It actually seems to be, from what you know, he was the owner of the general store. Doesn't even have any money on him. Seems to just be wearing quite dark-looking clothing for going out to murder people. Okay. If you guys are going to go to bed, you can take a long rest for free at the Clumsy Gentleman. I think that's what this place was called. Okay, so yeah, all of you take a long rest. You can fully get spell slots back, lay on hands points, fully heal yourself, full everything. Everything is now full. I'll heal up Malor as well.
All hit dice.
All hit dice as well. But I don't think anyone even used hit dice, so
3 out of 4 for some reason, even though.
Oh, it's because you leveled up, so it doesn't automatically add the fourth one.
Poor design.
Yeah. But yeah, after your long rest, you wake up about 11, 10, 11 a.m. when you wake up. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do? It's a bit of a cloudy morning, quite cold, and yeah, if you want to
go see the Lord.
Okay, yeah, you go. A slightly refreshed Jaina is there with a few guards, and they let you in to see the Lord, keeping some guards posted to you just as a safety measure. And you walk in. I think, Rob, you can give me just a straight up intelligence check. Yeah, as you're walking in, you think you recognize this person, Lord Samuel Varg. You've seen him before, but you haven't ever talked to him. He's just visited your town before. You are very vaguely familiar that this is the Lord of this town. And yeah, you know that he's Samuel Varg, V-A-R-G, and Samuel's easy to spell. Jane's like, well, a good night's rest. We'll do that. And you see this man with very thick glasses and curly brown hair. He seems to be rifling through a lot of papers. Are these Jane? Are these the ones for the reward for the serial killer business? And Jane's like, yes, they are. It's like, oh, good. And he sort of waves his hand, and 3 servants seem to walk out with small little parcels in their hands. One of the central servant is this woman with long blonde hair, and she's like, "Our Lord has instructed us to offer you one of these as a reward for your services," and they reveal the 3 rewards. The one on the left seems to be a sizable pile of gold pieces, 600 to be exact.
Oh, suddenly I appear.
Suddenly, the fortress appears.
The fortress.
But yeah, the first reward seems to be 600 gold pieces. The second seems to be 4 scrolls and a magical ring. They explain to you briefly, this is a ring that will allow you to leap far distances. These are 2 scrolls of Charm Person and 2 scrolls of Sanctuary. And then the third one isn't so much a parcel as it is this person carrying a very nice looking set of leather armor, this dull maroon leather armor with a short sword on top. These are an enchanted weapon and armor. So which of the rewards would you like? If you want any more details, I can give them to you.
What is this a reward for?
For killing the serial killer dude.
Okay.
But are you telling them that you might deserve to? You talk to them and they're like, sorry, but you'd have to ask our Lord if it would be alright if you'd have to.
What was the last one again? Some armor?
It's enchanted armor and an enchanted weapon.
What kind of enchantment?
They seem to look you over strangely, being like a robot asking for this, but it will help you to not get hit. It's very strong studded leather. It will also make you more alert, so it's much harder for creatures to ambush you.
Useless.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to wear it anyway. It's light leather armor. Yeah, you definitely know that about Vark. He's very down to business and probably is like lamenting the fact that you still haven't picked something left already. From what little you know about him. Yeah, these 3 servants just seem to be sort of awkwardly holding up to him.
Okay.
Just sort of waiting around.
Everyone good with taking the gold?
Are you going to take the gold?
No.
Or are you asking if everyone else is okay with it?
Is okay with that?
Sure.
Gold.
Oh, very well. And the 2 who are carrying the other things sort of leave, while the third one, this a boy with very short brown hair, just sort of comes along and hands them to you. This small chest filled with 600 gold pieces. You can divide that how you want.
Okay, so Markus is going to take it, give 100 to Malreinn, 100 to the fortress, and then, like, once we leave, he's going to go find the others and give it to them.
Okay. So currently, do that now. So you've got 400 of it right now, Markus. Fortress has 100, and Malreinn has 100. You can just add that to your character sheets. Bongo's here. He's just eating, I think. Yeah.
Wait, are there 5 or 6 people in the campaign? I forget.
There are 6 people in the campaign, but Faendal's going to be missing for a while.
Need to give any to Faendal?
Well, you don't know where he is. You don't even know where Eileen is. She seems to have just gone missing.
Okay, so both of them, and then let's go find the others, I guess.
Okay. But yeah.
Oh.
He makes a very audible grunt that's like, without seeming to turn his attention away from the papers that he's rifling through.
Okay, so yeah, let's go then.
I will say, for argument's sake, Therud is with you as well, just because he would be.
Yes, I am.
100 gold.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
giving 100 to Therud then.
Okay,
so.
you can add 100 gold to your character sheet, Therud.
Okay, cool.
He seems to not notice and then look up and it's like, what? No, I don't need help. If you've taken your reward, just go.
Malreinn with him.
Yeah, just dragging Malreinn along. He's pretty strong. If you're like actually actively trying to resist and wanting to stay.
Actively trying to resist, but like otherwise I'm just dragging you along.
Okay, if you want to actively resist, make a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, no, unfortunately, Markus just grabs you and starts dragging you out of the room, and eventually you're led out, and the guards once again block the Lord's house.
I'm gonna let Malreinn go now, and with nothing better to do, I'm gonna go find Eileen.
Friendly reminder that birds have meat.
Give me an investigation check, Markus.
I'm going to investigate whether or not he has meat.
You wanna look at his meat?
Yeah, you look around. You can't see any trace of Eileen.
Wow.
Fine.
She seems to have up and vanished.
She must have died.
Really easy to find Eileen, given the fact that her voice probably carries through half the town.
Yeah, but strangely, you don't seem to be able to find her. Do you think she might have like carried on towards Valra potentially, or just left? I mean, you have only known each other for a few days now.
She ditched us.
Plus, you know, with the power of that deck of cards she got, there is quite a good quite a good chance she's been sucked into another dimension because of the deck of cards.
Okay, so we need to find something to do again. Nothing in this world.
It's not. But yeah, what you guys want to do now?
I just
Where are we exactly?
You're currently in Aldvarg, which is like 2 big towns over from the city you actually want to go to.
Well, let's go to the city you want to go to.
Okay, keep going. If you want to, you can.
Yes.
Everyone in agreement with that?
Sure.
If you want to do shopping or anything now, they can.
Actually,
There's pet shops in this town.
Not really. They're a hunting town, but you could find hunting dogs, but
It's the same thing.
that's about it. Yeah.
How much would a hunting dog be?
Markus is gonna go back to the armor shop. That armor again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You go back. Same man. It's like, oh, you're back to look at the armor. Yeah. I actually did a bit of looking into it. It's definitely magical. Some kind of magical, but I don't really know what. It's yours if you want it.
What's it again?
300 gold.
Markus will buy it.
All right. I will just have to write that up. Just get rid of 300 gold. Just need to write it up. That'll be with you in a moment. Is anyone else want to do any shopping?
Yeah, how much are the hunting dogs?
Hunting dogs. I don't know actually. I will Google it.
10,000 gold.
Message It's like big riding one. I don't really know if it'd be the same thing, but I don't know.
I should say, you've been traveling for a few days now. You're probably going to have to pay, like, I'd say probably a gold in upkeep of your mule. So just pay a gold, okay? And a trained guard dog costs 25 gold pieces.
Oh, good. I'll buy
So
one.
that's okay. You're going to buy a guard dog as well. Cool.
Splurging.
Okay, 20 gold you said?
25 gold for a guard dog, and you're going to have to pay. I'll say, if you don't want to worry about it for the next couple of weeks, pay an additional 10 gold just for like food and stuff for them. So in total, 35 gold, and your mule and your dog are taken care of for a week or two.
Got it.
Still need to write that thing up. You can add this to your inventory as well. It's going to have the same AC as your current armor. Ooh. Oh, Jesus, I just zoomed in accidentally. Like, really far in.
Yeah.
Do you see this?
Who?
Rob.
Oh.
Copy this.
But you can add that to your inventory. It's going to have the same AC as your current armor, just it has that bonus effect. You don't need to attune to it. Yeah. Does Therud or Malreinn want to buy anything or not? Oh, you're going to try and find dog armor.
That, by the way.
Okay. The armor itself, the one you're currently wearing, it looks kind of angelic in quality. It's got like a lot of wings and feathery motifs all over it, and it's a light silver. As for dog armor, you probably wouldn't be able to find that thing just lying around. You could ask a blacksmith to specially make it, but it would take quite a bit of time. And yeah, Varg is the lord of the town. Well, his name is Samuel Varg, but Sammy. Sammy. Anyway, does Therud want to buy anything?
Can I sell my silver rings?
Oh yeah, you can sell them. Does it say how much they're worth? Where do you get the silver rings from? Anyway.
We got them a while back.
Yeah, you could sell them for probably 10 gold.
Gold.
If you've got 2 of them.
That's it.
Not much. No,
I
it's
might
only
as
a
well
couple
just
of
keep
small
them.
silver rings. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely buy a new bow. If you were looking for an enchanted bow, that'd be quite expensive. And sell the smuggler's Oh, if you're selling all of the smuggler's stuff, that's quite a bit of stuff. That'll probably total about, I'd say, 40 gold and 10 silver, just for all the smuggler stuff. Okay, you can add that gold to your character sheet and get rid of the smuggler stuff. If you're looking for a better bow, I'll look up prices. So it cost about 500 gold pieces to get a better bow. Yeah, pretty expensive. Okay. But yeah, if everyone's ready to go, you can start traveling. And not hearing any objections. So in that case, Dabo, me percentile dice.
Sorry, I was out of the room. Okay.
This is a bit of a tangent, but a D&D campaign that I do with my friends ended fairly recently.
Oh yeah?
It ended with all of us dying in a siege, so that went well.
Cool.
Also, a lot of NPC characters that we spent most of the campaign with that also all died.
But yeah. You start traveling. It takes a few days of travel before you think you're almost at the penultimate town. So you're not quite at Valra, but you're getting towards Vilsvin, which is the last town before the capital, basically. It's another, from what you know of it as general knowledge, it's another hunting town, kind of similar to Alvarg, but instead of having a huge human orc population, it's very much more human. As you're starting to approach it, you do notice that the weather seems to be getting a bit colder, as if there's a storm coming potentially. The sky is full of clouds, and the weather is getting slightly colder.
Can I do like
don't
some sort of
seem
try to see if we can make it to the town before the weather hits, or?
Oh yeah, you think it's coming in at not like you think it's more like this is the kind of thing where it'll probably start tomorrow, having really bad weather. This is more just because you've lived here a long while, you know this sort of thing. I'll say all of you sort of know because of how long you spent here, apart from Malreinn probably. You reckon it'll probably rain tomorrow, maybe be worse than that tomorrow, but today you should be okay. And currently it's about 4 or 5 p.m. Before you start getting towards a bridge. This bridge that leads into Vilsvin. When you get to the bridge, or when you're starting to approach it, you notice something. It seems to be up. There seems to be a crowd of people forming around the bridge, and you can hear in the distance these people talking. It seems that there's quite a commotion and quite a lot of people who want to get towards the town.
Who's the lord of this town or whatever, and do I know them?
You can just give me an intelligence check. You'll know a bit of information regardless, but this is just to see how much you can remember. You actually know quite a bit. You haven't met the current lord of this town ever, because the lord and lady of this town both recently died in a hunting accident. You heard about it. It probably happened about less than a year ago, maybe 6 months or so ago. And you think that the lord is currently a young teenager, probably about 13 or 14. They died in a hunting accident, it being a hunting town, and he took over. You're not really sure how skilled he is, but you know it's kind of like a kid leading the town. But you haven't heard anything bad happening there, like, since then. So he must be an okay lord, at least. I just need to check. I'm just checking what his name is. I've got all the names written down. His name is Aqueous. Aqueous.
Like water?
Like water, yeah. But yeah, that's all you really know. Otherwise, the town is basically human hunting town. That's
First name or the family name?
The family name is Sven. Sven. But yeah,
and Malreinn now.
So yeah, in the distance you can see this crowd of people near the bridge.
Can I go and ask what's going on?
Oh yeah, you can definitely approach. As you sort of all cumulatively get closer, you notice that basically all of the people who are like scrambling to try and get into across this bridge, they seem like they've had it rough. Quite a lot of them have mild injuries. Some even have a few major injuries. They all seem quite scared and afraid, as if they've just been through hell. Mostly human, a few other races dotted throughout, and they seem to be being blocked off by guards in very beautiful green cloaks. which Markus would definitely recognise as the guards of this town. Just from hearing what you can hear, I'll say everyone make me perception checks. You'll all hear something regardless, but it's good to know who's like sort of listening at the most. Yeah, so all of you sort of start hearing quite decently well. There seemed to be a lot of mention of an attack that happened on a town. You quickly infer that they're talking about Torsk, which is a town that was next to Forel, which is the first town you were in. Yeah, so you could have gone there, but you didn't. It's another coastal town, small fishing town, basically. Apparently, something came out of the water and attacked the town, basically destroying it. The lord of the town was killed. Shit went down. And this was very recently as well, like a few days ago. That's basically what you can infer. From the guards, you can also infer that they're not letting people in because there's something called the hunt that's happening, and they've already got a lot of people coming into the city regardless. So they're being like they can't really take in many more people. With your natural 20, Malreinn, you notice some weird things. Like the injuries people have are very strange. Like not from weapons necessarily, but it looks like magic was definitely involved, at least to some capacity. To some degree, rather.
I'm going to go up to the guards and say this.
I'm sorry, I know a lot of people, like, injured from Kolya, but we can't let many people through. Do you have business in the town? Or are you a refugee from Kolya? Not from Kolya. Is it from Kolya? I'm thinking of saying Torsk. From Torsk. I know the names of my towns. Yeah.
Say this to them and like hope the others don't overhear. So I'm going to say that. So I'm going to say it to you via PM. But
okay. Say it through PM. If anyone wants to listen in to try and hear what he's saying, they could try. They can make perception checks with disadvantage. I'll say if you want to try and eavesdrop on this conversation. Because he is whispering it.
Owie.
Malreinn, you can give me just a persuasion check with disadvantage as you're sort of shouting out. Give me a persuasion check with advantage, Rob. Yeah, Malreinn, your voice seems to just get what's it called? You can't seem to talk over all of the people talking around you. Everyone seems to be wanting to clamor to see. Yeah, cool. With that, he's like, oh, okay, and he sort of lets you in, and he sort of looks towards the three people who you're with, and sort of like all of you could come in, gesturing for the three of you to come in as well, and he sort of lets the four of you in.
Hey.
Bongo, you have no idea what he was saying.
Totally thought I made that check. Totally.
But yeah, the four of you get in and get past the bridge, and it's still like about 10 minutes of walking before you actually get to the town. But yeah, you can talk while you're going to town if you have anything to talk about, or you just want to head straight there.
They let my mule in too.
Oh yeah, they'll let your animals in.
No mules. No mules allowed here.
Sure.
Don't get crazy.
I need my animals.
For what?
My need for them.
Very specific.
There's a joke lying there about men bending over.
Hmm.
So does Marcus know a lot about men bending over?
It's a specialty. Ah, yes, a meat bag overpowering another meat bag.
Okay. But yeah, it doesn't take you long to reach the town itself, which seems to be not so much walled off, but there definitely seems to be quite a guard presence, and they definitely have let some of these people from Torsk through, because you can see some people injured being treated outside the city walls. The city itself, which you can see inside, has got a large wooden palisade wall all around it, and it looks a lot better than Aldvarg does. Aldvarg had a very rough appearance to it, quite dirty. This place looks very clean and well kept. Everything is bathed in royal green, tapestries and banners, and all of the guards seem to have this royal green color to them. They look very neat and clean, and tidy. Everything looks like that. But the streets themselves seem to be quite full, and there seems to be many flyers littered around, which seems to be talking about some sort of hunt event, which is I'd say Markus could definitely give me an intelligence check. I think everyone could give me an intelligence check actually, but Markus could have it with advantage. Malreinn, can you give me an intelligence check too? Okay. Fortress and Therud, you actually both are vaguely familiar with from your travels. Just hearing about this, it's a thing that happens every year in this town. Everyone who wants to signs up, and they all cumulatively go down hunting a dangerous creature, and whoever lands the killing blow gets some sort of prize and some sort of recognition amongst the townspeople. It's a pretty well-known thing. You would have heard of it in your own way. You can basically sign up whenever, and it seems to be going down tomorrow.
Alright, I guess we know what we gotta do.
I guess we're signing up.
Literally every time we hear about an event, we have to sign up for it.
I do not approve of killing animals, but if you insist.
Oh, one thing, Fortress is definitely typically you're not hunting animals. You're hunting abominations.
Oh, okay.
Things like think like manticores, griffins,
So
those sorts of like
kinkers.
very beastie monsters.
All right.
Markus is not saying that.
Then I would not have said
So Malreinn, don't go off on a tirade.
But yeah, what are you guys going to do now? You're sort of at the entrance to the city. It's quite late. There's a lot of torches up and around the town. It's definitely dark.
We gotta sign up.
And then
Yeah, you can walk around. It doesn't take long to find an inn. There is one which seems to have a large notice board outside of it, which there seems to be quite a lot of people gathered around. There seems to be something going on outside the inn. The inn itself is called Grumpy Griffin Beer Hall.
okay, Markus is going to investigate what's going on outside.
Okay, you sort of just head up. You can see a woman standing up on a stage in a very similar dark green outfit with long white hair. She seems to be addressing the crowd. And that's why I will be the winner of this year's hunt. I am the best hunter in the land.
Oh no.
There is none better than me. And she seems to be there seems to be quite a lot of men gathered around. Seem to be ogling her a bit. She's definitely quite pretty.
Insight that in general.
She seems. Oh, okay. From what you're actually hearing, she is presenting herself with absolute confidence. You think she's probably a pretty seriously dangerous hunter. She seems to be at least very confident in her own abilities. None of you seem to get any sort of she doesn't even seem to be playing it up, at least according from what you can tell.
Interesting.
Definitely seems a bit cocky, but she seems confident. And yeah, you can just see this to the side of the notice board where you can sign up for the thing.
Check out the notice board.
Yeah, you head over to the notice board. You can see quite a few things. Just give me an investigation check as you're sort of looking around the notice board. There seems to be quite a lot of things, quite a lot of jobs you can take, quite a lot of things. Yeah, looking around, you can see a few things. There's a woman who seems to be missing a sapphire necklace. She doesn't seem to offer a reward, but apparently it's like a family heirloom that means quite a lot to her. You see the sign-up sheet for the hunt. There seems to be a few names on there, 5 or so names seem to be written down. In a very elaborate font, you can read what is probably this woman's thing, Jazeera Jacobs, and it's written in elaborate cursive. You can also see one that's got very scratchy handwriting, as if it was drawn by a kid. That's cool. That you struggle to read, but you think it says Tuscus Tusk or something like that. It's very hard to read. The handwriting's pretty awful. And finally, you see something which seems to be very formally printed, very very well written. It's looking for a debt collector, and it's signed by Lord Aqueous.
Okay, so we're signing up for the hunt, right?
See.
What flyer are you grabbing? I'm confused.
Gonna steal a kid's flyer.
I don't even think I mentioned a kid with a flyer.
No, the one that was sloppily written. I think that's what I mean.
Oh no, there's just on handwritten like on this board to sign up for the hunt. There's one of the signatures for signing up. Looks like it was written by a kid. It's like very poor handwriting. Oh, just give me insight. I think this will more be insight than anything else. Trying to get behind the mind of who wrote it. Yeah, you think it says it's definitely poor handwriting. You think it reads Tarkus Tusk. Sounds like an orcish name, probably.
Tusk.
Sounds fake.
Typically, orcish names are very short and blunt, and the handwriting does seem to be someone who's not the brightest bulb.
Well, I think orcs aren't smart. Wow. Okay. Racist.
Typically, they're not. This is not even me being discriminatory.
Racist.
I'm so racist.
Very racist. Get out of my very un-racist campaign.
Is there rules on this hunt posted or anything?
Huh?
Is there rules posted about this hunt or anything?
The rules you can just basically see on the flyer is very simple. Basically, how it works, according to this flyer, is at dawn, everyone is taken to the location of a dangerous beast. It's televised, effectively, using magical, like scrying magic, so people can watch. And effectively, it's just a big fight. Everyone who's signed up hunts this creature, and whoever lands the killing blow wins. There also are a few warnings at the bottom of the flyer that say is actually seriously dangerous, and it seems to imply that people have died. Like, it's not uncommon for people to die during this.
Is there a rule against attacking other people?
Yes, they do very clearly say you're not allowed to directly kill other people.
But there's nothing about animals, right? And I can bring my animals.
It does also say you're signing up as individuals. But it doesn't seem to mention anything about animals, so you're not sure.
Is there somebody that looks like a guard or somebody?
Oh yeah, you could easily find a guard. If you're like actually actively asking around if animals are allowed, they say, well, we've never really had someone hunt with animals before. I would have to check. They seem to ask around quite a bit before determining it would be okay, but to have an animal assist you, but you'd have to land the killing blow yourself. If the animal got the killing blow, it would effectively count as nobody winning.
Oh shoot.
I see. Thank you, sir, ma'am, madam.
They definitely seem a little taken aback by the giant robot creature. The further away you seem to get from the town you are familiar with, the more you're getting into territory of people looking at you funny, which is something you recall. You'd be used to it, but you also haven't experienced it for a while, you know?
Yeah.
This is robophobia. We need to fix this disease.
Does the fortress have a dick?
Does he? Can we get a
You'll see that
check on that?
No.
Is there any stables in this town?
Yeah, you would be able to find animals in this town more so than other towns. This town's a little bit bigger than Altvag.
I'm gonna look around the town for the biggest horse they have.
Yeah, you could do that. While you're doing that, who is signing up? Markus signed up.
I am signing up.
You're signing up. Is
I'll sign
Malreinn and Fortress signing up? Is Malreinn signing up? Yeah, Malreinn signing up. Okay, everyone signed up.
Definitely gonna sign.
If you're trying to talk to the cocky girl, give me a performance check. I think this performance, because you're trying to make yourself appear, because there's a lot of people climbing around this small stage where she's standing on, just addressing the crowd. She doesn't even seem to notice you. She's just addressing the crowd like, yes, it will be an honor for Lady Delilah to watch me. She'll see me in action.
Notice me, Sentinel.
If I'm lucky, I'll even join the Royal Guard for this.
Oh.
You could try, but she definitely does not seem to notice you. You seem to just blend into this crowd of admirers. I mean, you could, but she's not even in the tavern. She's outside on this small stage.
What?
This notice board is not inside the inn itself. It's out on the outside of it, in sort of like this almost clearing near the center of the town. Okay, if you can buy a drink, just 2 silver if you're buying a drink from the bartender. You can try and bring it out to her if you want. You're going to spike the drink with...
Oh,
Okay. You put spice in this thing, and you bring it over. She seems to look down as you like addressing her, trying to give her this drink. She's like, sorry, I don't drink. And she seems to be like... She seems to look around.
Alcoholic.
She seems to look around. The crowd's like, well, I'll have to get a good night's rest, waking up at dawn. I'll see you boys later. And she sort of winks at the crowd before heading off into the inn. Seems to be definitely giving Malreinn a very wide berth. You just give it to some random person. They're like, yeah, sure. And they drink it.
he just drunk some.
Just drugging random people. You can remove that smuggler thing from your inventory. The spice.
Okay, so we should probably work out room arrangement, huh?
So random.org.
I don't need a room. You don't need room.
You would need a room. If you're going to shut down for the night, you definitely need a room. You can't just like shut down in the middle of every inn because people find it weird.
Well, can I like sleep in the hallway?
You could ask.
No, I don't need to ask. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay, you start taking a long rest in the hallway.
Well, first I need to find that horse, but that's later.
Okay, you're first to find a horse. Okay,
Yep, they're not
looking
gonna
around, most of the shops seem to be closed. It's getting quite late at night. The stables in particular close quite early. So you think you could look again in the morning.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay, but yeah, you head back to the inn. What's going on room situation? Is Fortress going to try sleeping in the hallway?
I'm just gonna like stand up outside in between these people's rooms, my party's room, and just kind of guard them.
You could definitely stay 3 people in one room if you wanted to. One person would have to sleep without a bed, but you do have bedrolls and things if you wanted to save money. Give me an investigation check to try and find this person. Actually, perception. Probably perception. You look around for a while, but you don't really seem to be able to find them. If you were keeping your eye on them, yeah, but the crowd sort of dispersed as soon as Zero went inside. If people want to get like one room, I'd say each room. If you're also, I'd say you can get one room for the 3 of you, and breakfast for 1 gold piece. If anyone wants to pay that.
1 gold piece.
Yeah. Okay. Malreinn pays 1 gold piece. The 3 of you have 1 room to stay in for the night. If you're just all going to stay in the same room, and Fortress can sleep outside of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like stand directly in front of the doorway.
Okay. 8 hours pass. You all have an undisturbed long rest. Everything's good.
Awesome.
And you wake up just before dawn. It's about like 7. You can see the sun beginning to set. It's beginning to rise. Basically, it's about 7 a.m.
Alright, so we can prepare new spells.
You can, if you can prepare spells, now is the time to prepare new spells. It's still very cloudy, and it's starting to rain outside. And from what people know in this place, rain here sucks. It's really cold.
I will prepare no new spells.
I'm gonna rush to the nearest shop, like as fast as I can.
Okay, near a shop. You're in the inn right now, but like
I know. Is there somewhere that would sell umbrellas?
not really umbrellas. You can definitely buy cloaks and things like that and hoods.
Get a hoodie.
Yeah, you can definitely look for new armor. Actually, as you're looking outside the inn, you can probably already start seeing people gathering to get going for this hunt. Of the 8 people who've signed up, 4 of them are you, and the other 4 seem to be this woman with long white hair, 2 people who seem kind of generic. They seem like human male, human female. They seem very unassuming. And the one other person you notice is pretty huge. He looks like he's the size of an orc, like a fully blooded orc, but he seems human. He looks big and he's got long brown hair, very messy, very scruffy.
Yeah, half orc.
Potentially. He definitely looks human skin tone, though.
When does this thing start?
Basically now. You've got some time. You've got like about 20 minutes before it actually starts, but people seem to be gathering quite early. And there seems to be quite a crowd of people gathering.
Okay, can I see if I can find big horse?
You could have a look. I will say now, though, if you're going around, you figure most of the shops would probably be closed for this event. You'd probably have to look afterwards to get a horse.
Really need a horse right now.
Okay, well, is there a blacksmith open maybe? Just like a metal shop somewhere?
You give me... I'll just roll percentile dice to see. Oh, yeah, you find one. You find one quickly, and there's this very young-looking boy who seems quite panicked. Not panicked, but definitely quite rushed. He seems to be very busily preparing things. And as he sees you approaching, he's like, whoa. Can I help you?
I need one large plate of metal.
One large sheet of metal.
Yes.
What kind?
Metal.
Lead?
No. Cheap.
Iron?
Do you have tin or something?
I do have tin. He seems to go around. He seems to like rough around. He's quite messy, and think he like hasn't slept very well recently. Seems to go out. It's like, how much of this? How big of a sheet of metal?
10.
2 feet by 2 feet.
Okay.
Ish.
He seems to go inside and move around a bit. You hear the sound of things falling over. You hear several grunts. It's like, oh fuck! And he comes out with a roughly about a bit bigger than 2 feet by 2 feet, but pretty good size sheet of tin. It's like, well, I found some.
How much?
I don't usually sell metal like this. Let me think for a second. And he seems to be literally counting on his fingers, like 10 gold.
I'm gonna grab 10 gold and just slam the table, take my sheet, and run out.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna hold this sheet over my head. So.
Okay. Blocking off the rain.
Yes.
Okay. He grins happily as you head back. Is anyone else doing anything quickly before you're talking to generic mail?
Really quickly check to see if there's anything like Ivory has in his inventory or he can get fairly cheaply just to like help ward off the rain a little bit.
What, Markus? Like, is Markus looking for something to fend off the rain? Rob?
Rob is dead.
Oh yeah, okay. You could get a cloak. That's basically the best you could do. You've already got your own clothing, though. You don't think that you could really get anything that would particularly help more than you've already got. But yeah, with that all out of the way, everyone's gathered. The 8 people, the 8 competitors are gathered, and up stands this. You're talking to him. He doesn't seem to say much. He sort of seems to be excited and nervous. Seems a bit older, probably mid-30s or something. If you're going to try and intimidate him, how are you going to try and intimidate him?
Bongo,
Hi.
background for you.
What?
Are you singing in the background?
Give me an intimidation check.
Eric was like for the rest of you.
He looks very uneasy for a moment, and you feel a hand tap your shoulder, and it's this woman with long white hair. Now, don't scare the boy. Interesting that you're resorting to such tactics right away. But really, if anyone should watch out in this hunt, I think it should be you, Birdman.
She just used a racial slur against him.
Yeah.
She actually, looking up close, she doesn't look old. She has this pure white hair, but she looks young. Very young, actually. Well, this isn't my first time during the hunt, and I've seen many people get injured and die. Last year we even had a couple of Kenkus, I believe. Shame, they got eaten alive. We were fighting a giant cat creature. Of course, someone stole the killing blow from me, which is why I have to compete again, but no matter, there is certain fun from this. Better a sore loser than dead. I guess we will. And seems to turn her attention back to the front stage. The guy next to you definitely seems a lot more scared than he was. She seems to ignore you now as she looks forward. You see this boy standing up on the stage now, who Markus would probably infer is the lord of the town. Definitely seems quite young, but seems to hold himself quite well. He addresses the town. Okay, this is my first time introducing the hunt, but I have watched it be introduced before. We'll be taking you on a 6-hour journey to the lair of a Gorgon. This is the creature that you must kill in order to claim the reward. We will be taking you by cart, and you see that there's several of these covered carts. Why? Who drew a hand? Is there any questions?
So we just gotta kill something. That's all I need. A little killing never hurt anyone.
Does anyone get my joke?
Yes.
Nope.
Well, seeing as there are no questions, we shall go. And he seems to gesture outwards. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Shit. He seems to be, swearing now that he's swearing in front of people. And he's so embarrassed that he's swearing in front of people that he's cussing, basically. I forgot to mention that we have a special guest watching this year's hunt, Lady Delilah, who
Lady Delilah.
I'm sure you're all
What's it like
familiar
New York
with.
City?
Markus would definitely recognize Delilah Rall. She is effectively the princess of this area, of Niflheim. She's the daughter of the Lord and Lady of Valra, which is the capital.
Okay.
Very beautiful, long, light blue hair. And she seems to step up next to this lord now, and she speaks out. It will be a pleasure watching this, I'm sure. I've always wanted to see the hunt myself. Without further ado, let's go. And he sort of gives an awkward smile, and people are led onto these covered wagons. Markus and Malreinn, you are with the long white-haired lady and a generic person. Fortress and Therud, you're with this very huge-looking man, human-looking man, but he's very big, and this female human.
Is he taller than me?
Huh?
Is he taller than me?
No, not taller than you. You're very tall, but he's huge for human. And the carts begin moving onwards. There are a few other carts filled with guards and the Lord and Delilah and things like that. Also a few mages. And yeah, is there anything you want to do on the 6-hour journey?
So, where do you come from?
Who are you talking to? The huge man.
Yeah, sure.
He seems to look around a bit. It's like, oh, me. I come from Alvag. It's really good town. Where do you come from?
That's a good question. That's a really good
Good.
question. I don't know.
I'm good. I'm good at questions.
Where do I come from?
Where do I go?
You're a robot.
Metro. Yes.
It's cool. You're big too. You're bigger. Most orcs.
Bigger than you.
Yeah. Orcs bigger than me though. Had orc brothers.
Some of them.
While that's going on, I will say it's basically impossible to have a private conversation in these very small carts. So the young grandma definitely overhears the proposal that you're making with Markus. She doesn't seem to pay any mind to it though. Seems to be keeping to herself.
Yeah, Markus is mostly going to ignore the offer.
Yeah.
He'll ignore it if he wins, but he won't ignore it if he loses, and the Kenku wins.
That's the way it works.
Because if the Kenku kills it, the Kenku would get the honor no matter what. So this is literally only a deal that can benefit Malreinn.
She seems to look you over curiously for a moment. It's like, well, if I need someone to put in the way of the thing and the thing that I'm hunting, then be my guest. Otherwise, this is supposed to be a competition where the best man or woman wins.
Or robot.
It's from the other cart. Or robot. Oh, I've beat several Kenkus. They typically don't last long. But yeah. Is there anything else people want to do, or are you just going to sort of wait for the carts to get there? I take that as a no.
Let's just go.
You keep traveling. and the rain has been picking up. It's pretty cold rain, but the covered carts are leaving it so there's no problem for you, Fortress. Still not a huge fan of it. It's also getting harder to see. The carts seem to pull a bit closer to each other as they're going off of the dancing road for the last couple of hours of travel and onto rough road, dirt. You get close enough to the sorcerer's cart. I'll say, Fortress and Therud, you can overhear the sorcerers talking. And give me both perception checks, Therud and Fortress, because you're in that cart that's closer to the sorcerer's cart. Sorcerer's.
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, that's performance.
Yeah, both of you can overhear the gist of the conversation. They seem to be saying, this rain isn't good. Our scry magic won't go as far. Do you think we'll need to set up closer? And another one's like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'm sure the Lord will make the right decision. And they seem to just be expressing their concerns about the weather and their scrying magic.
I have no idea what that is.
Effectively, I'd say you're wizardly enough. You think they're talking about some sort of effectively camera to record the thing and broadcast it to everyone else, so people like Delilah and the Lord don't need to get close to the Gorgon when you're fighting it.
Got it.
But they seem to be worried that they're going to have to get a bit closer than they usually would because of the rain. For the fortress, most of it's lost on you. They seem to just be concerned about the rain, and you're like, same, bro. But eventually, the carts do pull up at a point, and everyone gets out. See quite a few spectators, people who've paid quite a bit of money. A lot of people have actually been following on foot to get here, and the sorcerers get out and begin casting their spells to their scry magic. The Lord points towards the woods. The 8 of you will continue that way, and you'll see the beast in its habitat. I wish you all the best of luck as you compete for the reward. But yeah, so the 8 of you and your animals. Are you leaving any animals behind, Fortress? Or are you going to throw the mule at the Gorgon?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Are you leaving any animals behind? Because you've got a mastiff and... Okay, so you're taking them both with you.
Your donkey with you.
He's got important stuff.
Wait, do we know what we're hunting this year yet, or
You do. You know you're fighting a Gorgon. I'll say if you want to learn more about the Gorgon, you can make a nature. You can make a nature check. Anyone can do that.
Actually, okay, I probably would leave my bird behind. Just kidding.
You're leaving both animals behind.
No, I'll keep the dog.
Okay.
Where's nature?
Okay. Nature. Oh, okay. So Therud doesn't know much, but Markus and Malreinn, you both recall quite a bit of information about Gorgons. I'd say neither of you really knew if they were real or not. Because you definitely would have encountered them. Effectively, they're giant bulls that can breathe out this fume, this gas that can turn people to stone. They are typically very aggressive. They can trample people to death. They turn people to stone. Generally, they're very aggressive fighters. But one thing you do know about them is they're pretty easy to distract. Think like matadors. You can sort of throw a red cape in front of them, and they'll be distracted by it for a bit. But they're also very big. That's generally what you know about them. They're also pretty tough, like pretty beefy creatures.
What is it called?
Gorgon.
With a
Gorgon.
They're all snake people. That's what I say.
No, the Gorgons from actual Greek mythology are snake people, but the Gorgons from D&D are different.
Oh, I found Gorgon.
It's in the compendium.
That's pretty cool looking. Okay.
Yeah, if you just Google the image of them, they're really cool looking.
How well trained is my dog?
Decently, it'll follow basic command. I just rolled its HP and it's got 9 HP,
Okay.
which is the max HP it can get.
That's pretty good, I guess.
12, 40. Okay. So yeah, are the 8 of you just going to start heading along? This white-haired woman seems to definitely start walking, and as does this
I'm gonna head
huge
along.
human. Okay. So if everyone's heading along, I'll need everyone to make perception checks.
Okay.
Would I get advantage because my dog's looking out too?
Does a Gorgon count as a fiend?
Do I have any pasta on me?
No, Gorgons do not count as fiends. I do not believe. I'll check though. I think they count as monstrosity. Yeah, count as monstrosities.
Did you say, do you have any pasta on you? What?
Will your pillow trick work? Oh. Well, you don't know. It might. But yeah, you make yourself a rudimentary gas mask. Gas mask? Gas mask. Fortress, you actually notice it first. This thing is big, and basically as soon as you notice it, you're all sort of walking in this line, all of you, all of the people, and it's quite quiet. But this thing, as you're walking, you sort of notice rocks and trees that have fallen over. You also notice stone people, statues of people who seem to be paralyzed in fear. As you're distracted looking, this thing comes barreling in from the side, seems to have noticed you, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Do we need to roll it on the new map?
Yeah, I'll put the map across.
Okay.
This thing seems to have snuck around the side to where nobody was really paying much attention to it, and it begins charging it.
Where's my dog?
Your dog is there. It's called Mastiff.
Oh, I see it. Never mind.
Okay, time to roll a bajillion initiatives.
Why?
Oh, you hope random win. No, anything's possible in D&D.
Nothing.
Patron, by the way, patron is just the random 2 hunters.
What are
Who are
these
with you?
two samurais?
Huh?
These samurai things looking. What are they doing?
What samurai things? The ones who are with you, the ones called patron.
Oh, the statues with the swords.
Oh, they're people who've been petrified by this creature.
Oh, okay. They're all specific people that have been petrified.
I just couldn't be bothered to make several different looking people.
Yeah.
Has everyone got an initiative? Therud, Markus, Fortress, and Malreinn.
Malreinn rolled, but it's not on there.
13. And Fortress is 15. I think that's everyone. The Mastiff will take its turn on your turn. You need to order it to do something with an action, though, like other pets. Okay, Therud, it's your turn first. As you just see this huge thing just start running from the side.
What are these?
Those are rocks.
Rocks.
They're a pretty shitty image of a rock, admittedly.
It's a great image. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh god, my bad.
Dabo.
You just run. You need to run. If you're going to run, you can't run over them. Actually, give me a quick athletics check if you're running over them. It's not It's not going to be a difficult check. It's more just to see if you don't trip over and die. Basically, as long as you don't get a natural 1, you're fine. Yeah, these rocks are huge. You jump over them, not super gracefully, but you manage to get over them.
Okay, what spells do I have now? Sure, let's do that.
Shatter. Oh, so yeah, the shatter. Shatter is basically thunder wave, isn't it? But from a target place. So Constitution save. He's going to get a 19 plus something probably plus 4, so 23. Yeah, he's going to take half damage from that. As you just throw up this thunder energy, just seems to shake it off. This hugely thick hide, thick with 3 C's.
Oh, 3. This boy is tough.
He's very thick. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay, in that case, it's the fortress's turn. I'll actually spread these people out a little bit more, so it's less like... There we go. Whoops. There we go. Everyone's a bit spread out, so it's not like super stiff. And yeah, what is the fortress going to do, Dabo?
The fortress gonna do.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get my dog to run over here, just kind of in this direction.
Okay, yeah, dog can do that. You're using your action to command it to do that, though.
Oh,
You know?
what would it? Can it do something without me commanding it to do it? What would it do?
If you command it to do something like run that way, it would keep doing that. So you can command it to attack the thing once, and it will keep attacking it until you tell it to do something else, effectively.
Let's see. What can I?
It's for balance reasons, because otherwise everyone would be buying loads of mastiffs.
Yeah, I get it. How detailed can I go with that? Can I just say like?
Well, this isn't a creature you know very well, so it might resist your commands. The simpler the command, the better, basically.
Just give it a calculus level command.
I'm just gonna tell it to run around, just not really in a direction, but just
Okay.
run around. You know.
Okay, I'll say you don't need to make an animal handling check. It's just going to start running around. So that's your action. Should be like, yeah, go.
Do it.
It's going to start running that way.
What are these rocks?
Yeah, there's a rock.
Okay.
I'm just adding it to an initiative just so I don't forget about it.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and rage now.
Okay. Start overheating.
Like right over here.
You actually watch as steam starts just coming off of your armor as the rain hits it.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. It's the Gorgon's turn. The Gorgon's going to look around, seeing all its targets. It's going to... forward. It's going to start just climbing over this wooden thing. It's going to point this way. I'm going to need Markus, 2 patrons, and Jessra to make me... Is it Constitution saving throws? Yeah, Constitution saving throws from Markus, these 2 guys, and this chick. White chick.
White chick.
Oof. Owie.
Okay. Markus and these 2 fail. The 2 hunters fail. This huge bull just exhales, and you watch as this sickly looking purple green fog almost starts getting breathed out by him. Markus and the 2 hunters, your feet start turning to stone. You're currently restrained in place, and yeah, your feet are turning to stone. You're beginning to be petrified. Is that all it can do with its turn? I think that's all it can do. Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm just reading what you can do. Yeah. Unlucky Constitution saving throw, unfortunately. It is Malreinn's turn. It also rolled to see who it was going to target. Not really. But that's the thing about D&D. Sometimes that happens.
0 out of 10. I was fucked over by BT placing me where he did.
There's a lot of things you can do to prevent things, both by player decision. You could have decided to stay back from everyone else going in. Okay, Hunter's Mark. You mark it.
Also, for the record, I'm not actually mad.
I know. It's got Hunter's Mark on it. I think this is the first time you've actually used a spell. Yeah, Hunter's Mark.
More importantly, I'm going to throw a javelin into Malreinn.
Okay, shooting your bow. Pew. Yeah, you can just make an attack. I'm just going to check. Does your character sheet have Hunter's Mark as a damage source on it? It doesn't.
Oh god.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly add that then. Yeah, you see underneath your crossbow and stuff is Hunter's Mark. You can just use that now to do damage as well. If it hits. Unfortunately, this doesn't hit. This hide is very strong hide. It just seems to, the bolt just seems to be deflected by it. No, your bonus action was casting Hunter's Mark. You still have movement if you want to move somewhere. Yeah, 30 feet is the max. Okay. In that case, it's these two hunters. They're going to have to repeat the saving throw. You watch as one of them seems to just shake themselves free. She shakes herself free, and she seems to be unrestrained now. And she just dashed to the side, and no, she can't dash to the side this turn. Instead, she's going to fire her bow because she can't move this turn. But she's going to fire her bow at the Gorgon, and she's going to actually hit. Surprisingly, dealing 10 points of damage to it. Just shooting an arrow and just seems to graze across the beast's face. The other one, you all watch as this stone effect seems to just spread up his leg, and he screams before turning into stone. He just seems to be paralyzed from stone. Markus, it's your turn. You can do what you want.
I mean, I need to start with a saving throw.
At the end of the turn, you make the saving throw. So if there's anything you want to do on yourself now, like... Only the killing blow counts for the win, yes. I think all of you can also see there's small, like, nodes flying around you, which are effectively spectating and showing this as a camera feed to the people who are camped about 100 feet away.
To be clear, I have until the end of the turn to do stuff, and also I need basically like greater restoration to actually stop it on its own, right?
There's other ways, for instance, dispel magic. If someone used spell magic on you before you got petrified, yeah. There's a lot of ways to get rid of petrification. It's not like you die if you get petrified. It's really not the end of the world. It's more just bad for this fight if you get petrified, you know?
Like, it isn't a health thing, so I'm assuming Divine Touch won't do anything.
No, you don't think you have anything within you that would stop it.
And with that one thing I got, would I still be able to move with that?
What do you mean?
The one thing I got earlier this session.
Oh, you would be restrained, so I don't think you can. I'll just quickly check, though. Because I think it's sort of like you start turning to stones. I don't think you could do anything, but I will check. You can. Well, I don't think you can do anything movement-wise, but I will. Your speed becomes 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage from dex saving throws. I'll say you can still move with it because it's like only your feet your legs that can turn stone.
Not to mention, like, the thing, it isn't actually me who's part of
Yeah.
It's my arm.
True. So yeah, do you want to do
Here's
that?
that for my bonus action.
So you watch as Markus activates this armor that he got, and huge angelic wings sprout out from the armor.
Oh.
Because other people cannot perceive them.
Well, you watch as nothing sprouts out from his armor.
So
Fucking
Nothing sprouts out from me, and I just randomly, like, fly over here for no reason.
You can receive it. Okay, but you can see you've got huge wings. So that's cool.
Anyway, I need to make my Constitution saving throw now, right?
Now you need to make a Constitution saving throw, yeah.
First,
Oh, were you disengaging with your action?
I want to get out of dodge, and now I'm going to do my Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Okay, you feel like this effect starts spreading up your legs, but you know you can't come to this, so you just shake it off, and the effect seems to fade from you. With that, it is Tarkus' turn. Tarkus looks around, quite panicked, like, and he's going to rush forward. He pulls out 2 hand axes, and is going to rush right up to the creature and start smacking it in the face with these 2 hand axes. Both of them unfortunately miss the creature. Well, they don't miss, but they hit the creature's tough hide and it doesn't take any damage. This creature seems exceptionally difficult to hit. It just starts growling almost ferally. Zero is going to be like, She's going to Hunter's Mark the Gorgon as well. So 2 Hunter's Marks on it. She's going to back up and sort of use this statue as cover, and it's going to just fire her bow. She's going to hit, dealing a decent amount of damage. She's going to deal 4 points of damage, so not much damage. But she just seems to time her shot and get it between get it in a weak spot, get it between the thick hide. It's Therud's turn. Back at the top of the initiative.
Well, time, guys. We solved the mystery.
The mystery. Hey. Where is it? What the heck?
I will say, Rob, you're currently like not flying off of the ground more than like a couple of feet because you moved your entire distance. That if you want to move like up 40 feet, you can. But currently, you're sort of staying on the ground, more just like close to the ground. Okay. Shatter a strength saving throw.
It is.
I thought it was con saving throw for some reason. Either way, I would have succeeded it last time anyway. That I don't think I'm going to succeed. No, I'm 1 short of succeeding it, so I'm going to take the full damage. What else does it do? Does it do anything else?
No.
Oh no, I thought it was some of them like knock people prone. Anyway, yeah, takes the damage. Just summon up this thunder energy. In that case, it is the fortress's turn.
Fortress is gonna wait. How does movement work? Can I move, attack, and move again, or does it have to be before or after?
You can move, attack, then move again. Yeah.
Okay.
But as the thing I'm trying out, if you're going to disengage, you're going to need to use an action to disengage because I'm trying out the official D&D rules for disengaging.
Would it?
The dog just starts running around.
I couldn't get disengaged. I couldn't get hit by special things when.
No, you don't be hit by normal like standard attacks. So if it has multi-attack, for instance, you'd only get hit by 1 attack. But you haven't seen this thing attack normally yet. You've only seen it exhale this petrifying thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to its side here, like there.
Yeah.
And go, pow. Oh, look at that.
So you're not attacking recklessly. You're just attacking normally.
Yeah.
It takes 28 points of damage. Just start slashing in. These sword attack.
Holy cow. Then I'm gonna run back and hide behind. Well, wait, how much movement speed do I have? 30. Crap. This is poorly thought out. Can I? Could you just be able to say I could hide behind that statue there?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
As you move out of the way, it's going to just swing around and try and bite you. That's going to hit.
That's fine. I'm
Okay.
resistant to bludgeoning.
You are resisting to put bludgeoning, piercing, and a thing. Just checking exactly how much this is.
And I have 62 health.
Take 20 points piercing damage, so only 10 points.
Nothing.
Just bites into you. You manage to just pull yourself free. A few bits, grab some metal, pulling off. Whoops, what?
I
that's
actually put a
weird.
splash in my health bar.
Oh. Okay. Mastiff has continued running around. The Gorgon's turn. Going to see if it gets back its petrifying breath. Okay. It's not looking too good. It's going to... I'm just going to roll for who it's going to target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It's going to go after Malreinn. It's going to charge forward towards Malreinn. It's going to take an attack of opportunity from Markus, who's going to miss, just swinging his axe. But it's going to charge forward. It's first going to run up to you. You're going to need to make me a DC... no, not DC. The strength saving throw. As it just charges forward and it's trying to bite you. It's going to hit you. So you're going to take the damage regardless, but you can make a strength saving throw to try and... You feel like it's going to try and throw you down to the ground and attack you with its hooves, but you manage to stay on the ground. You take 15 points of damage as it just bites into you. This thing seems to be angry and mean. It's now your turn. If you're attacking from melee range, it's going to be with disadvantage. If you're backing up, you're going to take an attack of opportunity, if that's okay. So it's like a choice of do you attack with disadvantage or back up, risk getting attacked to attack it without disadvantage. Okay. Attacking with disadvantage, you are going to still hit, dealing 11 damage. You can roll the Hunter's Mark damage as well. Oh, I've got to roll Hunter's Mark damage for her as well. So just click Hunter's Mark. Cool. 3 damage. But yeah, this thing looks heavily wounded. It's bleeding all over. The remaining hunter is going to try and fire her bow, but she's going to miss. She's just going to hide behind her fallen friend. And it's now Markus' turn.
Okay. I'm currently within range of the Gorgon, right?
Yeah, you are.
So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to use Divine Favor on myself, which counts as a bonus action.
Okay. What does that do?
It's concentration up to 1 minute. Until the spell ends, my weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on a hit.
Cool. That is indeed doable.
Just gonna fly around here above the Gorgon while staying within range.
Yeah.
With that, it's gonna smack it with a greatsword.
Okay. Just smack. You slice at this, but this hide is extremely strong. Your sword bounces back off. I mean, you're now like in a pretty good position to attack it. With that, it's Tarkus' turn. Tarkus is going to run up and he's going to just literally drop his hand axes. I'm going to pull out this great axe from his back, taking one heavy swing at the beast. He's going to hit it. Dealing 16 points of damage. Jesus. Rolled a 12 on D12. Heavy blow. She is going to look around. She's probably gonna fire at it again. Doesn't really have much else to do. Unfortunately, she's gonna miss completely. It just goes wide, and it's now Therud's turn.
Alright, Fortress. Either you or I has to beat this guy. Or I guess Malreinn, but who cares about him? He'll just... Yeah, we don't care about him. So
What about Markus?
Markus is way too far down the turn order.
Fair, if y'all mess up, there's like literally only a single patron that could possibly steal the kill.
Y'all.
Y'all. Let me check some stuff. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Why is it still not working?
It's going to save against it. Unfortunately, only take 4 points of damage. I think. How big is the range of it? 10-foot radius? Yeah, you can get that without getting Markus. Actually, you're gonna either hit Tarkus, Markus, or Malreinn. I didn't even realize Tarkus and Markus sounded so similar. But you're gonna hit one of these three people. Which one do you want to hit?
Well, if I hit Tarkus, I have to hit Markus.
No, because he's flying up in the air. So I say you basically have to hit one of them, but you can pick which one.
Well, then I'll obviously hit Malreinn.
Okay, Malreinn, you're gonna need to make me a strength saving throw.
I don't want to hit Tarkus. Tarkus and I are best buds.
Not with disadvantage, just a regular one. Yeah, you save against it. I only take 4 points of damage. Boop. As Therud's turn ends, it's the fortress. Mastiff's just going to continue running around. And it's your turn.
Okay, so...
First attack is going to miss complete. The second attack does hit, dealing 10 points of damage.
You're gonna hit Markus.
No, he's not going to hit Markus.
So close.
So close to hitting Markus. Come on, that's what he was going
It's on like it's hanging on by its like last leg. The Gorgon is like looking around in fury. He's going to he's going to sort of breathe on all of you with his petrifying breath. Everyone in that area, he's going to sort of angle it so he can sort of curl with the breath to catch all of you. I'm going to need Malreinn, Fortress, and Markus, and the other guy to give me Constitution saving throws. He's going to fail. Actually, no, he's got good Constitution. He's actually going to succeed. Yeah, I'll give you just roll it, and I'll give you a bonus to it. Markus is fine. That is Fortress. Malreinn, unfortunately, not enough. Even with the mask covering your face, it's not enough, and you begin to feel your body seizing up. And Fortress is going to need to make one Constitution saving throw.
Kerblamo.
That is unfortunately not going to be enough. You begin to feel your body seizing up as well. The metal between your joints begins to solidify with stone, and the gears that allow you to move begin effectively rusting up. He is then going to try running away. Markus, Malreinn, Malreinn doesn't have a melee weapon equipped right now, so Markus, Tarkus, and the Fortress can all make attacks of opportunity, just with disadvantage though. This attack, as you're attacking, you have your dog. Yeah, but he's not a melee weapon, and it's not. He can't attack because it's not an attack of opportunity. But Fortress can still make an attack of opportunity with disadvantage. And so can Tarkus. Tarkus can make an attack, which is going to hit as well.
Nah.
Your attack does connect. So does Tarkus's. Fortress, please make me an attack of opportunity with disadvantage.
Let's see. Disadvantage?
Yeah, because you're starting to be petrified, so you have disadvantage on attacks. Yeah, unfortunately, that one's not going to hit. You, Markus and Tarkus, both hit this thing at the same time, both hitting it in one of the legs. Its legs buckle and it falls over to the floor, lifeless.
Wait, who got the kill?
The Arcus
Both
is-
you and Tarkus got the kill. You both hit it at the same time, and both did enough damage to kill it. So
Can I
I'm going
just
to
for fun, can I add on my extra 1d4 radiant damage to my attack?
sure.
2 damage.
I'll say, roll percentile dice. 50 or below, you got the killing blow. 51 or above, he got the killing blow. So yeah, Rob can roll that. You got the killing blow. His strike. He seems to strike like just after you. Your blow killed it, and he sort of hit the dead body, but it's very, very close. It's Malreinn's turn. Malreinn, you're going to need to make me another Constitution saving throw. Okay, you're fine. You shake off this petrification effect. I just need to go through the motions with this. Nobody else is going to do anything. Markus, do you want to do anything? Fortress is being petrified. That's the only reason you're still in initiative, basically. But if
Okay,
there's nothing you can do, you can just...
petrified. Like, this guy's petrified already, right?
That guy got petrified a while ago, and he's like fully stone.
Marcus is just gonna move over here so that like he can help move the guy, so he can get like help.
Okay. Tarkus is going to be like robot turning to stone. He's going to touch you and cure wounds, which doesn't do anything but heal you by 5 points of health. So there's that. It doesn't actually stop the thing. Jennifer's going to be like, fuck, and she's going to start storming off. Therud, do you want to do anything?
I don't think I have anything that could help.
If you don't, you can just pass.
Nope, I don't got anything.
Okay, Fortress. Do you have anything you want to do on your turn? Or are you just going to let the saving throw come?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Are you going to do anything with your turn, or are you just going to wait till the saving throw happens?
No, I'm just gonna wait till saving.
Okay, so Constitution saving throw, please. Yeah, you're fine. You managed to shake off this petrification effect. Luckily, no pieces got petrified. And you're all out of initiative now.
Hey.
All of your return, you and this woman carry this effectively corpse back with you, and some clerics seem to take him off your hands. Everyone's cheering. Seems to be quite a lot of applause going around. Before the Lord approaches you, Markus, he doesn't seem to recognize you or anything, but he definitely notices that you got the killing blow. And it's like, it is with great honor that I give you the rewards. And he hands you, everyone can see him handing this, what appears to be a lute.
The loot of minor arcana.
No.
Hello?
As you're holding it, you feel a small connection to this thing. It feels very good, effectively. And I mean good in alignment terms.
Okay. right?
Am I lagging, or is people being roboty for everybody?
People are being a
You're
little bit
like,
roboty.
Are you?
But
You're
a little
fine for
bit.
me.
Vicky, Sven is the name of the Lord, right? Yeah, I got it
It's
right.
Aqueous Sven, but yeah, Lord Sven would work still. Um, it is my pleasure. You did good fighting. I believe that is it for this part of the hunt. We should head back now. Carriage and begins talking to Lady Delilah. Some more as the two of them head into their own covered cart.
Wait, did I miss something? Did my dog die?
Your dog ran off.
Oh, okay.
You don't really know where your dog went.
Same.
Okay, Vicky, this is another thing they're gonna send. Hopefully they don't notice.
Yeah, he sort of turns around and is like, yes. Start from him. He's like, yes. We have a rookery. I can show you to it when we return. And yeah, everyone sort of heads back to town, and he shows you that, and you get that sorted. Don't need to pay anything. That's all handled. As you're back in town, would anyone like to do anything? It's getting pretty late. It's been a full day, effectively, going out because it's 6 hours there. You were fighting for a while and then coming back 6 hours. So it's about probably going on 10 p.m. by now.
To the one woman.
Oh, which woman? The Jazeera, the one who was fighting. Yeah. You go up to her. She's in the inn, sulking in a corner. Is Malreinn going there too? Yeah, both of you approach her. She seems to be like, what do you want? Oh, yes. And I see you won as well, didn't you? Great job. She seems to look at you with a very confused look, and seems to literally, like, her head just turns towards Markus. Thank you. You fought well as well.
Who keeps leaving?
Me?
I don't know.
There keeps being static in the call.
It's like mild static for me, but it's nothing major.
Yeah, same.
Okay, you just walk off.
Okay.
But yeah, is anyone else doing anything?
I'm gonna try to find my dog. Like whistle for it.
You spend a while looking for your dog. Give me an animal handling check. Eventually, you do find your dog, and your dog returns to you.
Yay. Just gonna go back to my mule. Make sure he's safe.
Yeah. This happened a while ago. Now you're back in town.
Yay.
Gonna do this because I want to torture Beaky.
Give me a persuasion check. just to generally see how charismatic you're being. Being pretty charismatic, I will say. Are you bringing up... I'll PM you, actually.
Markus, you sly dog.
Is Therud doing anything at this time?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so that happens. If nothing else, you could head to bed. It's been quite a long day of traveling, and you could wake up again in the morning if you would like. Okay. Give me just a general persuasion check to see how charming you're being. You talk to a couple of different women across the night, but you don't really get anywhere.
How unpersuasive do you need to be to not be able to get a prostitute?
Pretty unpersuasive.
Oh,
Plus, this town probably wouldn't have any.
what?
At least not very publicly advertised. This is a very, very clean, upstanding place.
This is very Christian.
Well, not Christian, but they do heavily. They're quite religious here. Yeah, honestly, the whole of Niflheim is fairly religious. Different towns more so than others, though.
Get out of my Christian city with the prostitutes.
That is quite possible. The thing I just sent EVQ is quite possibly the weirdest question I've asked anyone today.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, you all eventually head to bed and get a good night's rest. You have a long rest. You fully heal, full spell slots, full everything.
I only lost 10 health. Oh wait, no, I lost more than 10 health. Wait, no, what? Never mind, whatever.
What you mean, Geeky? Don't do that one thing. That is a very, very bad thing.
Yes. I definitely 100% know what you're talking about. Anyway, you get a full night's rest and you wake up in the morning. Is there anything you particularly want to do?
Are we going to do anything today? I'm probably just going to spend a short rest attuning with the one thing.
I'm gonna go try to find a big horse.
You can easily find horses.
Big horse. How big is the biggest horse in this town?
Probably find a war horse. Just check. Yeah, you can find a war horse, but it would cost you about 400 gold for a good war horse.
Oh god, that's too much money. Okay.
Just going to spend a short rest attuning with that one thing.
Cool.
Also, I gotta go now. So.
Yeah, I'm honestly, unless anyone's doing anything particular, this is actually probably a good point to end it. You got through it pretty damn quickly.
gotta go. So
Honestly, though, there was a lot more stuff you could do. It's just more you went a very direct route about things.
stuff next week.
Yeah.
See y'all.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye. Peace. Yeah, what do you think of that?
That was cool.
Sure, but like sometimes they just work better as shorter sessions. I actually thought you'd have a bit more trouble with that fight. For some reason, like you didn't.
After my first hit, I was like, "This isn't going to be that hard. It's not even that much."
Yeah, no, I actually thought that I was actually like debating whether or not to like lower its health or something. But I guess like, yeah, I should just throw more challenging fights at you. Because that one seemed a bit easy. Granted, this is one of those things that if you got yeah, but challenge rating 5 is like pretty high.
Yeah, and that's weird. It was like because we should be like be able to have a little bit of a challenge with challenge 4 since we're like four
Yeah, so
people with 4.
I made it a 5 because you've got a couple of people helping you, but even then,
Yeah.
Lime's not here. Faendal's not here.
Really
I did a
weird.
lot of damage with just that crit,
It
and
doesn't
I only
make
hit
sense
it.
Yeah.
that it's such an easy monster at challenge 5.
I think it's one of those things that just having a big group of people is awkward. So I might just need to boost health of anything that I make you fight because, like, I think D&D is meant to be played with like 3 or 4 people, not 5 or 6 people. So
Yeah,
I should probably just start boosting people's HP.
the challenge rating is technically 4 adventures with.
It's like you
It's
add,
like-
that
it's
level.
like-
add the whole party
plus-
and then divide by 4.
Yeah, which is what I did. Like bits and like that's a rough guide. I think also I should stop making fights where you fight one thing only, because things where you fight multiple things leads a lot more. Like enemies can have tactics. You need to focus on one thing. There was actually another fight you could have had this session, but you didn't.
Fight the war.
Effectively, if you couldn't get across the bridge, you would have had to do something along these lines. This is the battle map I prepared. Fighting Sir Horgan. But yeah.
Oh,
But yeah. Short and sweet.
short and sweet.
I wasn't paying attention to that fight. I should have been. It's my mistake. My bad.
It's fine. Things went well.
I found myself getting more bored with combat.
Or
Like, even,
more
like-
interested in story, or
Yeah, because like even during like Critical Role, and
Yeah.
I'm watching Critical Role at like real late, and I like almost fall asleep during most of the combat stuff because it's.
what I tend to do when I'm watching Critical Role is I watch the VODs. Usually I don't really watch it live because watching it live would put me awake at very awkward hours, more awkward than I usually have. So what I usually do is I pay attention to the role-playing scenes, and then when combat goes on, I just like put it on 2 times speed and like watch it in the background while playing something like Plants vs Zombies, and until the combat's over. Because combat's interesting,
Yeah.
but it's also not that interesting.
It's more interesting when you're involved.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you're doing a good. I think everyone's doing a good job of picking up on like role-playing stuff.
Yeah. I have an idea where I'm going with my animals, but
Like a good example would be your thing of like running off to get an umbrella.
yeah, I'd really need.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like that was a thing that wouldn't really happen with James, for instance. James would be like, "Oh yeah, it's raining. Cool."
I figured I needed to weave. I just figured I needed to weave that wetness.
Yeah.
That sounds really weird. The fear of water, you know.
A lot of characters have a lot of teething pains where they like the first few sessions they play very weirdly. Like I think Fortress is a good example. In the first session, he was kind of a dick. He like literally just grabbed some guy and was like, "Fucking tell us the answers." Very like a bit too all intense, and then he sort of mellowed out a bit later on. I think every character has that.
I feel like I didn't. This is an insight into my character.
Ah.
I'm going pretty strict by just orders, and Pike told me to get to stop the smuggling, so I stopped the smuggling in kind of the weirdest way I could. But there's not really been anything that I was ordered to do now. You know?
That's true. No, I think that makes sense. You have been quite good at saying like, no, we should just fucking stop staying in every town. We should just keep going to the town that I was told to go to.
Yeah.
You're doing good at that. I think Eileen is another good example. She wanted to play a bit of a silly character, but I think the Session 0 was a very good example of how she didn't really understand how to play a silly character while also being like relevant and not annoying. Because obviously, if a silly character wasn't doing anything to help the team ever, they'd just suck. So she sort of had to find that balance.
It's hard to play a silly character in like combat because you just everybody plays the same in combat.
Well, not necessarily. I think it's just very difficult to play a silly character in combat.
Yeah.
Like it's more like silly characters have the advantage in role playing because they can just do whatever the fuck they want. They don't have to care about anything. Like, but they're disadvantaged in combat because that's where they sort of have to be like, do I do something that's a bit detrimental, even though I know it's a bad idea to the team, to better fit my character?
Like I think Oscar did that a lot.
Yeah.
Just being completely detrimental for no reason. It's interesting. Well, I wasn't even detrimental a lot. I was.
Well, I think
at all.
I think a good example is like a serious cleric or serious paladin. Let's say a serious paladin. A serious paladin would be like, okay, this teammate's injured. I'm going to run over, bonus, lay on hands them, action attack sort of thing. Very efficient, yeah. A silly cleric might be like, see an ally on half health, and would just be like, what the fuck you doing? Just stop pissing about, and it's just going to be like fight and basically ignore allies who are lowish on health, focus more on fighting. Or you might have a really timid character who never fights, but instead, like, whenever someone even gets the tiniest bit injured, it's like, oh no, must heal them. Must use everything to heal. So you can still be useful while still, like, showing character traits.
I mean, Critical Role, again.
Yeah, Critical Role is a good example. I think my favorite example was when Jester was like,
cleric.
Jester was like, who is the most injured person? And everyone like looks around and is like, and Sam is like, it's you, and just like, oh, okay, I use Sanctuary on myself.
It's weird. I guess because she's playing that weird homebrewed trickster.
No, trickster. Domain trickery is a real thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never heard of that. Anyway,
it's a thing.
It's barely even a cleric, and then occasionally she spends a spell slot to.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, trickery domain cleric isn't even supposed to be a healer, and she's literally the only person in the group who can heal people.
Excuse me?
Huh?
I have.
No, I'm talking about Critical Role.
Oh.
In this campaign, like fucking everyone but the Fortress can heal people. I don't think Malreinn actually took any healing spells, but he physically could heal people if he took those spells.
Yeah.
But like this group has loads of healers, or loads of potential healers, I should say. Oh yeah, you do have a healing spell, so yeah, everyone but the Fortress can heal people. But in Critical Role, they've got 7 people, and one of them is a healer, and not very good at it.
Great.
They haven't even fought anything. Well, I they were fighting stuff this session, but they weren't fighting. They haven't fought anything that actually was of danger to any of them, really.
I mean, like the closest they came to dying was when 2 of them were down, isn't it? Oh no, and that Manticore fight actually got pretty serious at one point when Jester got down.
Yeah.
Like if Jester ever goes down, they're kind of fucked. But she's gone down like twice already.
I don't really pay attention to the combat, so I don't even know if she heals during combat.
I mean, I don't know if you paid attention to. You've seen the gelatinous cube fight, right?
Yeah.
She ran away from a gelatinous cube and took an attack of opportunity, being like, "Oh, it's fine. It won't hit me or anything. They don't do much damage." She got critted by it and 1 hit, literally from all of her health to nothing, from 1 shot from a gelatinous cube. She also rolled like a 2 on HP when she was leveling up.
Yeah.
Critical Role is so good.
Although Matt Mercer, he does the thing where you don't, if you re-roll ones for
Yeah.
great health.
But he also, I think he doesn't allow people to take average health. If you're in his group, you have to roll.
That's I don't know. I've pretty much never take average health.
I think I would, if I was doing it, I would take average health if I was someone who needed to have a good health. Like if I was the healer of the group, I wouldn't take random health. If I didn't care about how much health I had, like if I was a ranger or a rogue or something, or a druid, those classes don't really need to care how much health they have, because they shouldn't ever be taking damage. Or like, you know what I mean? Like rogues are too sneaky to take damage. Druids are always in wild shape, so they don't take damage. Or like barbarian, they don't really need to care about having much health, because they'll literally never not be tanky.
Yeah, I already have so much health, it doesn't really matter. And if you usually roll better than 5, because I'm, god of luck or whatever, and I just rather have the possibility of more health than just decent health.
I think it's also especially true for people like barbarian, because they can roll up to 12. Like a druid or something can roll up to 8, which is cool, but up to 12.
Well, the average health is also more. But,
yeah, but it's only 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 more if you're comparing druid and. For some reason, I always want to call barbarian berserkers.
I guess they do berserk.
Yeah. You didn't recklessly attack much, do you?
I don't like it. I might in the future, but I just would rather just because I already have 2 attacks. I don't feel like I need more chance to hit more. All right.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
That's good.
So people have a favorite NPC yet? I don't think there's been any memorable NPCs yet, really.
We gotta get Tarkus on our team.
Generic male. Who is like kind of dead now, sort of.
I like you just said generic male, generic female.
Yeah. It's because I realized one mistake that I made in like old campaigns was I wanted to name everyone and make everyone unique and special, but it's much better to have, if you're going to a place, you should have like 4 people or something that are important, and everyone else is just generic.
Yeah.
I think this town has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notable people. 6 actually, if you include Delilah. 6 like notable characters.
Hey there, Delilah.
But you only met you met 5 of them. You didn't meet one of them though. I mean, they'll be able to save him. He's just petrified. They'll be able to save all of those people with time. It's just going to take them a while to deliver them to Valra so they can get better clerics to heal them. Because petrification is scary. Until you get level 5 spell slots, in which case it's not scary at all.
Goodbye.
Hey Bongo, do you want to play Monster Prog?
I was thinking the same thing.
Lol. I'll be like a couple minutes and then we can play.
Alright.
So BRB.
I'm gonna go play League of Legends.
What, you don't wanna do Monster promo?
I don't have it. You want to gift it to me? I'll play it then.
You can do screen share.
I don't know about that. I feel like I need to make my own character.
Well, no, you don't make a character.
Okay, well,
you just pick a character.
I need to pick my own character.
That's it.